initially registered at 7.9. Look at this with me. You see the ferocity of the shaking. It was recorded from a surveillance camera outside a home in Kathmandu. The movement begins mildly, but then the entire frame quickly begins to shake violently. And the worst part of the shaking looks to last around 20 seconds. It's worth pointing out that this quake was also a shallow one, measured at about 9.3 miles in depth, so close to the surface, which, as you see, is borne out by the level of destruction in places like Kathmandu. We do not know the full scale of the destruction from this quake because those power lines are down, and so they're finding it incredibly difficult to get a sense of what has happened in those outlying areas. But as you see this, as you watch these pictures with me, it is truly terrifying, and one can only imagine what it was like for Nepalese residents in homes, in businesses. Remember, this earthquake struck at around 11.
Popular tourist destination as well for trekkers. It's near the Annapurna range, a hugely popular tourist site. Not much information coming out of there. We know from the Everest region that the people there felt a lot of, or saw a lot of avalanches all around. I mean, I spoke to one eyewitness. He was saying there's avalanches from all angles from what he could tell. But they survived because they'd actually gone higher up early in the morning, around 5, 6 in the morning, and by the time the earthquake hit, which is around 11 a.m., they were already back at base camp, so they survived. But at that time, they were saying 2 people at least had died in the Everest area. In Kathmandu, some family members I spoke to said that they, in the main tourist area, they saw 2 hotels have collapsed. Planes, they've just arrived about half an hour to 45 minutes ago with mobile clinics, with food and other supplies. Some more Indian relief planes due to arrive tomorrow as well. But this is something that Nepal had always anticipated. This is something that everyone in Nepal always talked about, this impending earthquake, because of where Nepal is situated. Of course, the Himalayas, the millions and millions of years ago when the Indian continent collided with the Tibetan plateau. That's how the Himalayas were created, and Kathmandu is a valley in the Himalayas. So every 60 to 70 years, some sort of major earthquake was expected. That's what experts always told people in Nepal, and because of that, there were very strict building codes in Nepal that buildings can't be built, buildings can't be above 7 to 8 stories high. But of course, that changed in the past few years. People started building much higher.
Earthquake. Just to update you on what we're learning, more than 1,400 people killed after the 7.8 earthquake struck. And of course, the biggest concern is that this death toll will continue to rise. We'll be right back after this.